I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do, can do, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do. For Paul Revere will bite, I hear his foot's all right. Of course it all depends if it rained last night. Likes mud, likes mud. This X means the horse likes mud.
And just a minute, boys, I've got the beatbox noise.
Likes mud.
Great-grandfather
Likes
was
mud.
equipoise.
I'll tell you, Paul Revere, now this is no bum steer. It's from a handicapper that's real sincere. Can do, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
Epitaph.
Paul Revere, I got the horse. Right here.
Brothers and sisters, resist the devil and he will flee from you. This is what the Bible tells us. And that is why I stand here on the devil's own street, in the devil's own city, prepared to do battle with the forces of evil. Hear me, you gamblers, with your dice, your cards, your horses. Pause and think before it's too late. You are in great danger. I am not speaking of the prison and the gallows, but of the greater punishment that awaits you. Repent before it's too late. Just around the corner is our little mission, where you're always welcome to seek refuge from this jungle of sin. Come and talk to me. Don't think of me as Sergeant Sarah Brown, but as Sarah Brown, your sister. Join me, brothers and sisters, and together we can put the devil to rest forever. Remember, friends, it's the Save a Soul mission, located at 409 West 49th Street, with a prayer meeting this Thursday.
Poor Miss Sarah. I wonder what a refined doll like her is doing mixed up with the Mission Dodge.
She is a beautiful doll, all right, with 100% eyes.
I wonder why she wastes so much time being good. How can she make any money from that?
Maybe she owns a piece of the mission.
Yeah.
Hey, Benny South Street.
Hey, Harry the Horse, how are ya?
Not bad.
You know Nicely Johnson?
Yeah, how goes it?
Nicely. Thank you.
So tell me, what about Nathan Detroit? Does he have a place for his crap game?
We don't know yet. The heat is on. He's still looking for a place.
Well, tell him I'm loaded, looking for action. I just acquired 5,000 potatoes.
5,000?
5,000 bucks. Where did you acquire it?
I collected the reward of my father.
Everybody's looking for action. I hope Nathan finds us.
Lieutenant Brannigan. Mr. Southstreet, it is Lieutenant Brannigan of the New York Police Department.
A pleasure.
Any of you guys see Nathan Detroit?
Which Nathan Detroit is that?
I mean the Nathan Detroit who's been running a floating crap game around here and getting away with it by moving to a different spot every night.
And, why are you telling us this? You're on.
I am telling you this because I know you two bums work for Detroit, rustling up customers for his crap game.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you can tell him for me. I know that right now he's running around trying to find a spot. Well, nobody's gonna give him a spot because they all know that Brannigan is breathing down their necks.
Fellas, I'm having terrible trouble. Everyone's scared on account of that lousy Brannigan, and I can't.
Is something wrong, Mr. Detroit?
Lieutenant, I hope you don't think I was talking about you. There are other lousy Brannigans.
Detroit, I had just been talking to your colleagues here about your crap game. I imagine you're having trouble finding a place?
Well, the heat is on, as you must know from the fact that you now have to live on your salary.
Nathan, did you find a place for the game?
What does that cop want from me? What am I, a sex maniac? I merely run a crap game for the convenience of those who want a little action, in return for which I take a small cut. Is that a crime? Yeah.
Nathan, did you find a place for the game?
Did I find the place? Did I find the place? Yeah, I found the place. We're holding the crap game tomorrow night at the Radio City Music Hall.
How you gonna fix the ushers?
I tried all the regular places. The back of the cigar store, the funeral parlor.
You, said once there might be a possibility of the Biltmore Garage.
I was over to the Biltmore Garage. Talked to Joey Biltmore himself. He said he might take a chance and let me use the place if I give him $1,000.
$1,000?
In cash. He won't take my marker.
Your marker's no good, huh?
What do you mean? A marker ain't just a piece of paper that says I owe you $1,000, Nathan Detroit. A marker is like a pledge, which a guy can't welch on. It's like not saluting a flag. No, my marker's as good as gold. Only Joey Biltmore don't think so. It don't seem possible. Me without a livelihood? Why, I've been running the crap game ever since I was a juvenile delinquent.
Nathan, can't you do something?
What can I do? I'm broke. I couldn't even buy Adelaide a present today. And you know what day today is. It's mine and Adelaide's 14th anniversary.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been engaged for 14 years.
Nathan, concentrate on the game. The town's up to here with high players. The Greek's in town.
Brandy Bottle Bates.
Scranton Slim.
I know. I could make a fortune. But where can I have the game?
The Biltmore Garage wants a grand.
But we ain't got a grand on hand.
And they've now got a lock on the door at the gym at Public School 84.
There's the stockroom behind McCloskey's bar.
But Mrs. McCloskey ain't a good scout.
And things being how they are, the back of the police station is out.
So the Biltmore Garage is the spot. But the $1,000 we ain't got.
Why, it's good old reliable Nathan, 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 Nathan Detroit. If you're looking for action, you'll first the slot.
Even when the heat is on, it's never too hot. Not for good old reliable Nathan, for it's always just a short walk to the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York. There are well-heeled shooters everywhere, everywhere. There are well-heeled shooters everywhere. And an awful lot of letters for the fella who can get us. If we only had a lousy little grand, we could be a millionaire.
Good old reliable Nathan,
Nathan, Nathan, Nathan, Detroit. If the size of your bundle wait that you go broke in quiet and peace. In a hideout provided by Nathan, where there are no neighbors to squawk. It's the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York. Where's the action? Where's the game? Gotta have the game or we'll die from shame. It's the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York.
Gentlemen, do not worry. Nathan Detroit's crap game will float again. My boys will let you know where it is.
Hey, Nathan, you know who else is looking for some action? Sky Masterson. Sky Masterson's in town.
Sky Masterson. Now there is the highest player of them all.
Higher than the Greek?
Higher than anyone. Why do you think they call him Sky? That's how high he bets. I once saw him bet $5,000 on a cockroach. And another time he was sick, and he wouldn't take penicillin on account he bet 10 C's his temperature would go to 104.
Did it?
Did it? He's so lucky it went to 106. Good old Sky.
Hey, maybe you could borrow the 1,000 from Sky.
No, not Sky. With him, that kind of money ain't lending money. It's betting money. So why don't I bet him? Why don't I bet him 1,000 on something?
You would bet with Sky Masterson?
I ain't scared. I am perfectly willing to take the risk. Providing I can figure out a bet which there's no chance of losing. He likes crazy bread. Like which lump of sugar a fly will sit on. Or how far you can kick a piece of cheesecake. Cheesecake? Hey, run into Mindy's restaurant and ask Mindy how many pieces of cheesecake he sold yesterday, and also how many pieces of strudel.
How much cheesecake? How much strudel? What do you want to know for?
Just find out. Now beat it. Here comes Adelaide. If she finds out I'm running that crap game, she'll never set foot on me again.
Hello, Nathan dear.
Adelaide, pigeon.
Oh, you go ahead, girls. Order me a tuna fish salad sandwich on rye and a chocolate sundae with tomato ketchup and mayonnaise. Okay, Adelaide, bye. Nathan, we gotta get back to the hot box.
You still rehearsing?
Yeah, that slave driver Charlie, he's been waking us all day. So finally I says, look, Charlie, I'm starving. I gotta get out of here and get something to eat. And he says, you don't want to go eat. You want to go meet that cheap bum, Nathan Detroit.
So what did you say to him?
So I says, I will go meet whoever I want.
Oh, okay. Well, don't upset yourself. Hey, how's your cold?
Oh, it's better. Nathan, happy anniversary.
A present for me.
I hope you like it.
A belt.
Read the card.
Sugar is sweet, and so is jelly. So put this belt around your belly. Oh, that's so sweet. Look, Adelaide, about your present. I was gonna get you a diamond wristwatch with a gold band and 2 rubies on the side.
Oh, Nathan, you shouldn't have.
That's all right, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. I kind of like it when you forget to give me presents. It makes me feel like we're already married.
Aw, don't worry, honey. One of these days, I'll be in the money. And you'll have more mink than, mink.
Nathan, darling, I can do anything. Just as long as you don't start running that crap game again.
The crap game? What an absurd thought.
Psst, 1,200 cheesecake and 1,500 strudel.
What? What?
Yesterday, Mindy sold 1,200 cheesecake and 1,500 strudel.
More strudel than cheesecake. That's great.
Nathan, what is going on here?
Nothing, honey.
Hey, any news yet?
Not yet, Harry. My boys will let you know where it is.
Okay, Detroit.
Nathan, what is this?
His wife is having a baby.
So what is he asking you for?
He's nervous. It's his first wife. Look, Look, Adelaide, I'm expecting a fellow, and I know you gotta be hungry.
Nathan, are you trying to get rid of me?
No, I just don't want your sandwich to get soggy. Gentlemen, why don't you take Adelaide across the street to the drugstore? You see, honey, you've got a cold, and it's across the street, and there's lots of open manholes
Nathan, you're
around.
so thoughtful. You're just the sweetest person. Goodbye.
Sky Masterson. Glad to see you, Sky.
Nathan Detroit, you old promoter, you.
You look great. How you feel?
I feel great, Nathan. 2 wonderful weeks out west in Nevada. Great place. Beautiful scenery, healthful climate, and I beat him for 50 G's at blackjack.
50 G's. You gonna be in town long?
No, I'm leaving for Havana tomorrow.
Havana?
Yes, there's a lot of action down there. You want to come with me?
No, I got lots to do. Meanwhile, how about dropping over to Minnie's for a piece of cheesecake? They sell a lot of cheesecake, you know.
No, it's all right. I'm not hungry. Oh, tell me, how's Adelaide?
Fine. Still dancing at the hot box.
I suppose one of these days you'll be getting married.
We all gotta go sometime.
But Nathan, we can fight it. Guys like us, Nathan, we gotta remember that pleasant as a doll's company may be, she must always take second place to aces back to back.
Yeah, well, tell me, you hungry yet? How about dropping over to Minnie's for a piece of strudel or cheesecake or something?
No, I think I'll go get the late results.
Oh, but you will admit that Mindy has the greatest cheesecake in the entire country.
Well, yes, I'm quite partial to Mindy's cheesecake.
Yeah, who ain't? And yet, there are some people who prefer Mindy's strudel. Offhand, which do you think Mindy sells more of, the cheesecake or the strudel?
Well, I never give it much thought, but if everyone is like I am, I'd say Mindy sells much more cheesecake than strudel.
For how much?
What?
For how much?
Well, Nathan, I never knew you to be a betting man. You always take your percentage off the top.
Well, I thought I'd give you a little action for old time's sake. I will bet you $1,000 that yesterday Mindy sold more strudel than cheesecake.
Nathan, let me tell you a story. Oh. When I was a young man about to go out into the world, my father says to me a very valuable thing. He says to me like this, "Son," the old guy says, "I am sorry that I am not able to bankroll you to a very large start. However, not having any potatoes to give you, I am now going to stake you to some very valuable advice. One of these days in your travels, a man is going to come to you and show you a nice, brand new deck of cards on which the seal is not yet broken. And this guy is going to offer to bet you that he can make the jack of spades jump out of that deck and squirt cider in your ear. But son, do not bet this man. For as sure as you stand there, you are going to wind up with an earful of cider." Now, Nathan, I do not claim that you have been clocking...
Wait a minute, you're not saying
However,
that
if you are really looking for some action, I will bet you that same $1,000 that you do not know the color of the necktie you have on. Well?
No bet! Gold! What a crazy color!
Nathan, we took Adelaide to the
Don't
drugstore.
bother me.
Hiya, Sky.
How are you fellas?
Nicely. Not bad. Hey, Nathan, we took Adelaide to the drugstore, and she told us to tell you to pick her up after the show tonight, and don't be late.
Yes, dear. I mean, yes.
Yes, dear. Well, that is husband talk if I ever heard it. Nathan, you are trapped. In Adelaide, you have the kind of a doll that is most difficult to unload.
But I don't want to unload Adelaide. I love her. And a guy without a doll. Why, if a guy did not have a doll, who would holler at him? A doll is a necessity.
Well, Nathan, I am not putting the rap on dolls. I just say that a guy should have them when he wants them. And they are easy to find.
Not dolls like Adelaide.
Nathan, figuring weight for age, all dolls are the same.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Then how come you ain't got a doll? How come you're going to Havana alone tomorrow, without one?
I like to travel light. But if I wish to take a doll to Havana, there's a large assortment available.
Not real high-class dolls.
Any doll. You name her.
And I name her. Will you bet that same $1,000 that if I name a doll, you will take her to Havana tomorrow?
You got a bet.
name? Her.
Her? Oh, cider.
Someday I'm going to take a pickaxe and rip up Broadway from end to end.
They do that every day.
Do you take sinners here?
Indeed we do. Sarah?
How do you do?
My name's Abernethy. Arvide Abernethy.
Sky Masterson.
What's wrong?
What's the trouble?
My heart is heavy with sin.
You poor man.
I have wasted my life in gambling and evil betting, but I have suddenly realized the terrible things that betting can lead to.
Agatha? Coffee.
Didn't I see you a little while ago on Broadway?
Possibly. I have been wandering around trying to get up the courage to come here.
And you're willing to give up gambling?
Gladly. I would never have become a gambler at all had I not fallen in with evil companions who were always offering me sucker bets.
Here, young man.
Thank you. It makes me feel good just to talk to you people.
Oh, you just go right on talking to Sister Sarah, and you'll be all right. I'm glad you found us.
The Bible says, "Seek and ye shall find."
Very good. I wish we could reach more sinners like you. We're out every day, trying.
Well, maybe you should try the nighttime.
How's that?
Well, as a former sinner, I happen to know that the best time to find sinners is between midnight and dawn. Or maybe you could even have an all-night session against the devil.
Very good suggestion indeed. Thank you, Brother Masterson.
You're welcome.
Coffee's so good, I can't understand why it isn't a sin.
Fine old gentleman. I suppose he sort of looks after you?
We look after each other.
Uh-huh. Suppose if either of you goes someplace, the other goes along?
Why, yes, of course.
Of course.
Here are 2 of our pamphlets I'd like you to read.
Thank
They
you.
should give you a great deal of comfort. And we're holding a prayer meeting this Thursday at midnight, which I'm sure you'll wish to attend.
I'm sure. Miss Sarah, I hope you do not think that I am getting out of line, but I think it is wonderful to see a pretty doll, a nice-looking lady like you, sacrificing yourself for the sake of others. Well, staying here in this place, do you ever go anyplace else? Travel or something?
I would like to go to Africa.
Africa. Well, that's a little far. But there are a lot of wonderful places just a few hours from New York by plane. Have you ever been in a plane?
No.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Here's another pamphlet I'd like you to read.
Thank you. Of course, I'm going to need a lot of personal help from you. My heart is as black as 2 feet down a wolf's gullet.
Well, I'll be speaking at the Thursday prayer meeting.
Well, I need private lessons. Or maybe we could have dinner or something.
I think not, Mr. Masterson.
Sorry. Just blossoming under the warmth of your kindness. Hey, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
That's not Proverbs, it's Isaiah.
It's Proverbs.
Sorry. No peace unto the wicked. Isaiah chapter 57, verse 21. Isaiah?
Isaiah.
There are 2 things been in every hotel room in the country. Sky Masterson and the Gideon Bible. I must have read the good book 10 or 12 times.
You've read the Bible 12 times?
But what's wrong with the Bible? Besides, in my line of work, the strangest information frequently comes in handy. I once won 5 G's on a parley. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Tell me, Mr. Masterson, why are you here?
I told you, I'm a sinner.
You're lying.
Well, lying's a sin. Look, I'm a big sinner. If you get me, it's 8 to 5, the others will follow. You need sinners, don't you?
We're managing.
Let's be honest, this mission is laying an egg. Why don't you let me help you? I'll bet I can fill this place with sinners.
I don't bet.
I'll make you a proposition. Look, when's this big meeting of yours? Thursday? I will guarantee to fill that meeting with at least 12 genuine sinners. I will also guarantee that they will sit still and listen to you.
And what's my end of the bargain?
Have dinner with me.
Why do you want to have dinner with me?
I'm hungry. Here.
What's this?
Sky Masterson's marker for 12 sinners. If you don't think it's good, ask anybody in town. I owe you 12 sinners. I'll pick you up at noon tomorrow for dinner.
At noon?
Well, it'll take us some time to get there.
To get where?
To my favorite restaurant.
Where's that?
El Cafe Cubana in Havana.
Cafe Cubana, Havana?
Well, where did you want to eat? Howard Johnson's?
But Havana?
Well, why not? The plane gets us there in 5 hours and back the same night. And the food is great.
I now realize, Mr. Gambler, when you were describing the blackness of your heart, you didn't do yourself justice.
And I now realize, Sister Sarah, that no matter how beautiful a sergeant is, she's still a sergeant.
Please, go away.
Why don't you change your pitch, Sarge? Come to the mission, one and all, except guys. I hate guys.
I don't hate anybody.
Except me. I am relieved to know it is just me personally and not all guys in general. It is comforting to note that somewhere in the world there might be a guy who might appeal to the sergeant. I wonder what this guy will be like.
He will not be a gambler.
I am not interested in what he will not be. I am interested in what he will be.
Don't worry. I'll know. For I've imagined every bit of him, from his strong moral fiber to the wisdom in his head, to the homey aroma of his pipe.
You have wished yourself a Scarsdale Galahad, the breakfast-eating Brooks Brothers type.
And I shall meet him when the time is right.
You've got this guy all figured out, haven't you?
I have.
Including what he smokes. All figured out, huh?
All figured out. I'll know when my love comes along. I won't take a chance. For he'll be just what I need, not some fly-by-night Broadway romance.
And you'll know at a glance by the 2 pair of pants.
I'll know by that calm, steady voice, those feet on the ground. I'll know as I run to his arms that at last I've come home safe and sound. Until then, I shall wait. Until then, I'll be strong. For I'll know when my love comes along.
No. This is love you're talking about. You can't dope it like that. What are you picking, a guy or a horse?
I wouldn't expect a gambler to understand.
Well, would you like to hear how a gambler feels about the big heartthrob?
No.
Well, I'll tell you. Mine will come as a surprise to me. Mine I leave to chance and chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry. Suddenly I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know then and there. I'll know at the sight of her face how I care, how I care, how I care. And I'll stop and I'll stare and I'll know long before we can speak. I'll know in my heart. I'll know and I won't ever ask. Am I right? Am I wise? Am I smart? But I'll stop and I'll stare at that face in the throne. Yes, I'll know when my love comes along. When my love comes along. drop in again in case you want to take a crack at the other cheek.
Take a chance, my love will be just what I need, not some fly-by-night Broadway romance. Until then, I shall wait. Until then, I'll be strong, for I'll know when my love comes
Hello, is this the Biltmore Garage?
Yeah?
Let me talk to Joey Biltmore.
Hey, who's this?
Nathan Detroit.
Yeah, this is Joey. What do you want?
Joey, I'm calling about, you know, the
what?
crap game.
The what?
The crap.
Now, hold on a minute. I got a customer.
Hurry it up, will ya?
Yeah, no, tell him that'll be $8. Now, Nathan, what was that you were saying about the
crap game.
Don't say that on the phone. Suppose the cops are listening.
Sorry, the dice game. Joey, is it okay if I use your place tomorrow night?
If I get $1,000.
Listen, Joey, if you're gonna take that attitude, I'll have to take the game someplace else.
Then you'll have to take the game someplace else.
Where else can I have it? Joey, the dough is guaranteed. Would I lie to you?
Yeah.
I'm getting it from Sky Masterson.
Sky Masterson? How do you know?
I bet him he could not take a doll to Havana.
Why couldn't he?
Because she ain't the kind of doll that goes to Havana.
Where does she go?
She don't go no place. That's why I know I'm gonna win.
And Nathan, don't be so sure. She ain't a horse. She's a doll.
But Joey...
Nathan, there'll be no crap game here tomorrow unless I get my dough in advance.
Joey, you've known me for a long time.
That's why I want my money in advance.
Well, I can't talk no more. I gotta meet Adelaide at the Hot Box. Look, just one thing. Can I at least tell the guys the game is gonna be at your place?
Not till I get the dough.
Okay, you'll get it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I hope you get stabbed by a Studebaker.
Now, for the final number of our Around the World review, we take you down on the farm with our star, Miss Adelaide, and her Hot Box Farmerettes.
bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you. About you.
I'm having trouble sleeping.
'Cause I love you. A bushel and a peck. You bet your pretty neck I do. Doodle-oo-doo, 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 doodle-oo-doo. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck. Though it beats me all the heck, beats me all the heck. How will ever tend the farm, ever tend the farm when I want to keep my arms about you, about you. 'Cause I love you, a bushel and a peck. You bet your pretty neck I do. Doodle-oo-doo, doodle-oo-doo, doodle-oo-doo. Goodbye now. Doodle-oo-doo, doodle-oo-doo, doodle-oo-doo.
I love you, a bushel and a peck. That lousy Joey Biltmore with a rope around his neck. Oh, hello, pie face.
How are you, handsome?
Fine. What do you got there?
A book.
A book. You're always reading books. You're becoming a regular bookie.
No, Nathan, this is very interesting. The doctor gave it to me. I went to him about my cold.
Oh, how is your cold?
Oh, it's the same. So the doctor asked me how long I had it, and I says a long time. I says I thought it was on account of me dancing around with hardly any clothes on all the time, which is normally what I wear. And he says I ought to read this book on account of it might be due to psychology.
Psychology? You haven't got that, have you?
No, Nathan. This is the kind of psychology that tells you why certain girls do certain kinds of things.
Would it tell you what kind of doll would go for a certain kind of guy, which you wouldn't think she would do so?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just for instance. There are certain dolls you can almost bet they wouldn't go for certain guys.
Nathan, no matter how terrible a fella is, you can never be too sure some girl won't go for him. Take us.
Yeah.
Nathan, starting with next week, I'm going to be getting a raise. And with the extra money I'd be making, I was wondering what you might think. Maybe we could finally get married.
Ooh, well, of course we're going to sooner or later, but...
Yes, but Nathan, I'm starting to worry about Mother.
Your mother? What about your mother?
Nathan, this is something I never told you before. But my mother, back in Rhode Island, she thinks we're already married.
Well, why would she think a thing like that?
I couldn't be engaged for 14 years, could I? People in Rhode Island don't do that. They all get married.
Then why is it such a small state?
Well, anyway, Nathan, I wrote her I was married.
You did, huh?
And then, after about 2 years...
What? After about 2 years?
We had a baby?
You told your mother we had a baby?
I had to, Nathan. She wouldn't have understood if I hadn't.
What type baby was it?
A boy. I named it after you, Nathan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And where is Nathan Jr. supposed to be now?
At boarding school. I wrote Mother he won his football game last Saturday.
I wish I had a bet on it.
But Nathan, that's not all, Nathan.
Don't tell me he has a little sister.
After all those years, Nathan, and Mother believes in big families.
Just give me the grand total.
5.
Oh, your mother must be a glutton for punishment.
Yes, but Nathan, darling, we're going to be getting married now, and it won't be a lie anymore.
Adelaide, how could you do such a thing to a nice old broad like your mother?
Nathan, you don't even know my mother.
But I'll be meeting her soon. And what did I tell her? What did I tell her I did with the 5 kids? Traded them to the Phillies or something? What are we gonna do?
We could get married.
But marriage ain't something you just jump into like it was a kettle of fish. We ain't ready.
I'm ready. Nathan, what do you think I got in this box? Nathan, what do you think I got in this box?
It says Sally's wedding shop. I can't guess.
It's a wedding veil. I've had it for 3 years. I won't show it to you because it is bad luck. Do you want to see it?
It's bad luck.
Well, anyway, Nathan, darling, I got the veil. Now all we need is a license and a blood test.
A what?
Blood test. It's a law.
What a city. First they close my crap game and then they open my veins.
Nathan, you're not thinking of starting that crap game again, are you?
How could you say such a thing? Why do you think I give up the crap game? It's because I love you, and I want us to be the happiest married couple there is in the world.
Has anybody seen an earring in here? I don't think so. You! I'm all dated up with Society Max tomorrow night, and he breaks on account of your dopey crap game. Honest, Adelaide, I pity you. Oh, here it is.
Oh, look at me, Adelaide. I'm down on my knees.
Get up. It reminds me of your crap game.
Oh, you're getting yourself upset. You're gonna be all right. After all, we love each other, and we're gonna get married.
I don't believe you anymore.
But it's true. You'll feel better tomorrow. Come on, cheer up, honey. Now let me see that old smile. That's my girl. See you tomorrow.
It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustrations may react with psychosomatic symptoms, difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other ways, just from waiting around for a little band of gold, a person can develop a cold. You can spray her wherever you figure the streptococci lake. You can give her a shot for whatever she's got, but it just won't wake. If she's tired of getting the fisheye from the hotel clique, a person can develop a cold. It says here, the female remaining single, just in the legal sense, shows a neurotic tendency. See note. Note. Chronic organic syndrome, toxic or hypertense, involving the eye, the ear, and the nose and throat. In other words, just from wondering whether the wedding is on or off, a person can develop a cough. With the vitamin A and the bromo fizz, but the medicine never gets anywhere near where the trouble is. If she's getting a kind of a name for herself and the name ain't his, a person can develop a cough. And furthermore, just from stalling the wedding trip, a person can develop the grip. When they get on the train for Niagara and she can hear church bells chime, the compartment is air conditioned and the mood sublime. Then they get off at Saratoga for the 14th time. A person can develop the grip, the post-nasal drip with the wheezes and the sneezes and a sinus that's son can develop a bad, bad cold.
Hey, Nicely, what you looking at? Sky was just following Miss Sarah, and you should have seen her. She gave him a look that would have cooled off a moose at mating time.
Great, just so we don't take the doll to Havana.
Havana? He could not take this doll to New Rochelle. Where's Nathan? He ought to be setting up the game.
I don't know. I suppose trying to see Adelaide. She's mad at him again.
That Miss Adelaide, always taking his mind off of honest work.
Yeah, it's too bad that a smart businessman like Nathan has to go and fall in love with his own fiancée.
Benny, that is his weakness, and we should be tolerant, because I understand it is a worldwide weakness. Look! What's playing at the Roxy? I'll tell you what's playing at the Roxy. Story about a Mississippi man so in love with a Minnesota girl that he sacrifices everything and moves all the way to Biloxi. That's what's playing at the Roxy.
What's in the Daily News? I'll tell you what's in the Daily News. A story about a guy who bought his wife a small ruby with what otherwise would have been his union dues. That's what's in the Daily News.
What's happening all over? I'll tell you what's happening all over. Guy sitting at home in front of a television set who once used to be something of a rover. That's what's happening all over. Love is the thing that has licked him, and it looks like Nathan's just another victim. Yes, sir, when you see a guy reach for stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing it for some dough.
When you spot a John waiting out in the rain, chances are he's insane, as only a John could be for Jane.
When you meet a gent paying all kinds of rent on a flat that could flatten the Taj Mahal, call it sad, call it funny, but it's better than even money that the guy's only doing it for some dough.
When you see a Joe saving half of his dough, you can bet that he's making it for some dough.
When a bum buys wine like a bum can afford, you can bet that the bum is under the thumb of some little broad.
When you meet a mug lately out of the jug, and he's still lifting platinum for the roll,
call it hell, call it heaven, it's a probable 12 to 7 that the guy's only doing it for some dough.
When you see a sport and his cash has run short, make a bet that he's banking it with some dough.
When a guy wears tails with the front gleaming white, who the heck do you think he's tickling pink on Saturday night?
When a lazy slob takes a good steady job and he smells of White House and Barbasol,
call it dumb, call it clever, but you can give odds forever that the guy's only doing it for some dough, some dough, some dough. The guy's only doing it for some dough.
Well, we finally lost him.
I do think you should have paid some attention to him.
Yes, he attended every street meeting we had this morning. He must be interested in our work.
Very.
By the way, you spoke beautifully this morning, Sarah.
No, I can't reach these people. I should never have volunteered for this post. Oh well, let's go into lunch. And I was going to convert Broadway all by myself. I was going to take those gamblers and just have them begging to come to the mission. General Cartwright.
Good morning, Sarah. Arvine.
Good morning, General.
We didn't expect you in town so soon, General.
I got in early this morning. I spent the last hour trying to find you.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've been out on the street holding some extra meetings to stimulate more interest.
Good morning, General.
Good morning. Sarah, there's something I have to talk to you about.
Well, won't you come inside, have some lunch with us?
No, I don't have time, dear. I have several other calls to make. Sarah, we at the mission have come to a definite conclusion. We've decided to close this branch of the mission.
Oh, no.
Close the mission?
But, General, please. Someone can do some good here, even if I can't.
Sarah, there are so many calls on us. So many places where our work is really needed.
But we're doing much better now.
We've announced a big meeting for tomorrow night.
You've announced a meeting. But will anybody be here? Will anybody come?
Pardon me. Excuse me, General. My name is Sky Masterson, former sinner.
How do you do?
How do you do? I want to protest the closing of this mission. I believe Miss Sarah can be a big success here.
I'm glad to hear you say that, but I'm not so certain.
$1 will get you 10.
What?
General, might I make a suggestion?
Yes?
Why don't you come to the meeting tomorrow night and find out for yourself? Don't you think that would be a good idea?
Well, if I thought the mission had a chance.
General, I can personally guarantee you 12 genuine sinners.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
No one will be let into the game without they got red carnations. It's like a password.
Okay, but where's the game?
I'll tell you in a minute. Nathan, is it all set? Can I tell the guys it's at the Biltmore garage?
Not yet. I gotta stall them for a while. The money from Sky ain't come yet.
But it's 11 o'clock. They won't stick around much longer.
So sue me. I left nicely at the hotel to wait for the money from Sky. It'll be there. Where's the dough?
It ain't come yet.
I thought I told you to wait for it.
I had to go get some groceries. I was feeling a little faint.
Get back to the hotel and wait for the money from Sky, and don't come back here without it, even if you starve to death.
Okay.
Where's the game, Detroit?
Harry the horse, how are you? How's everything in Brooklyn?
Detroit, if you did not have no place for your game, tell us, and we will seek elsewhere for entertainment.
Now take it easy, Harry.
I hope, Detroit, you will not spoil my evening. Inasmuch as I happen to be entertaining a very prominent guest, and I think you might have heard of him. I'd like you to meet Big Julie from Chicago.
Well, how do you do, Big Julie? Welcome to our fair city, in which, as you know, the heat is on. But just be patient and you'll get some action.
What do you say, Big Julie? Shall we stick around or shall we blow?
I came here to shoot crap. Let's shoot crap.
Sure.
Nathan, if there is no crap game tonight, Big Julie will be considerably displeased. And Big Julie does not like to be displeased. As you can find out from those citizens who, at one time or another, displeased him. Although I will admit, it is very hard to find such citizens in view of the fact that they are no longer around and about.
Oh, Harry. You don't think that I'd be so rude as to displease a fine gentleman like Big Julie here, do ya? Big Julie, believe me when I tell you that when Nathan Detroit arranges something, you can count on it.
Well, an interesting gathering indeed. The cream of society. Angie the Ox, Society Max, Liver Lips Louie, Rusty Charlie. Hey, Harry the Horse, all the way from Brooklyn. And, pardon me, but I'm very bad on names. But your face looks familiar. Mind telling me where you're from?
East Cicero, Illinois.
And what do you do there?
I'm a scoutmaster.
Well, don't ever help my mother across the street. Lovely. This looks like the Mayor Chorus from Blossom Time. Tell me, what's the occasion?
Well, we were,
It's a party.
Indeed. What kind of a party?
It's a bachelor dinner. Nathan's getting married.
Yes, Lieutenant, it's a bachelor dinner. Nathan's getting married.
What?
Yes, sir. 4.
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. that nobody cannot deny.
Nathan, darling, I'm so thrilled. Why didn't you tell me?
It was a surprise.
When I saw you standing here with all these fine gentlemen, I never thought it was a bachelor dinner. Well, I thought
It's a bachelor dinner.
Yes, it's a bachelor dinner.
Yes, sir, a bachelor dinner.
Just to think, after 14 years, I'm finally going to be Mrs. Nathan Detroit. My time certainly does fly.
Tell me, Nathan, when is the happy day?
Yes, when will it be?
Well,
Nathan, these good fellows have been nice enough to give you a bachelor dinner. You should at least tell them the wedding date.
well, we need time for our license and our blood test.
Gee, wouldn't it be neat if we could get married tomorrow night, right after the hot box?
But Adley, we need time for our license.
You could elope.
What?
You could drive down to Maryland. What's the name of that town?
Pimlico.
No, not Pimlico. No, Nathan, Elkton. They'll marry you right away. They don't ask you for a blood test.
Ain't that sorta unhealthy?
Nathan, that's a great idea. Elope. I'll lend you my getaway car. My Buick.
Oh, Nathan, let's do it.
What the heck?
My congratulations, Nathan. And I only hope that there's nothing in heredity.
Nathan, darling, I've got so many things to do before we elope. So you'll be at the hot box tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll have a table reserved, and I'll be all dressed up in whatever one elopes in.
I'm so thrilled. I ought to wire Mother. Only what'll I wire her?
Send her a telegram and date it back.
Nah, I'll just wait until we have the 5 kids. It won't take us long.
Nathan, you are indeed a lucky fellow. A most beautiful doll indeed. Do you agree, Big Julie?
Tell me, how long you know the doll?
14 years.
Let's shoot crap.
Nathan, you better do something.
What can I do? The money from Sky ain't come yet.
Maybe it won't come. Maybe he took the doll to Havana.
He couldn't have. How could he? She couldn't have gone.
El Santo Cristo, second oldest mission in Cuba. Come on,
Where to?
to see the oldest. Don't miss the dungeons from which prisoners were thrown to the sharks.
Sounds like a million laughs.
Here's buried Christopher Columbus.
At least he's lying down. How about a drink?
A milkshake, please.
Dulce de leche.
did you call them?
Dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche. What's in it besides milk?
Oh, sugar and sort of a native flavoring.
Well, what's the name of the flavoring?
Bacardi.
It's very good. I think I'll have another. Doesn't Bacardi have alcohol in it?
Oh, only enough to act as a preservative.
You know, this would be a wonderful way to get children to drink milk.
fight's over and you're still champ. Are you alright?
Am I alright? Ask me, how do I feel? Ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I just got to behave. Boy, if I were a lamp, I'd light, or if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me how do I feel, little me with my quiet upbringing. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging. And if I were a watch, I'd start popping my spring. Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding. Ask me how do I feel from this chemistry lesson I'm learning.
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry. All I can say is if I were a bridge, I'd be burning. Yes, I knew my morale would crack from the wonderful way that you looked. Boy, if I were a duck, I'd quack. Or if I were a goose, I'd be cooked. Ask me how do I feel, ask me now that we're fondly caressing. Pal, if I were a salad, I know I'd be splashing my dressing. Ask me how to describe this whole beautiful thing. Well, if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding. Wonderful. Let's stay here a few days and see what it's really like.
I think we'd better hurry if we want to catch that plane back to New York.
I don't want to go back to New York.
I'm taking you back.
You're no gentleman.
Look, a doll like you should not be messed up with a guy like me. It's no good. I'm no good. You want to know why I took you to Havana? I made a bet. That's how I met you in the first place. I made a bet.
Well, how else is a girl supposed to meet a gambler?
Come on.
No!
Look, I gotta think what's best for you.
You talk just like a missionary. Thank you for bringing me back. I must behave very badly.
Oh no, you were fine.
Oh, hello, Sky.
Adelaide, how are you?
Oh, fine, fine. Look, the girls threw me a kitchen shower. They went to an all-night drugstore and threw me a kitchen shower.
What vulgar jewelry.
Well, that's wonderful, Adelaide. You know Miss Sarah.
How do you do?
Glad to know ya. Oh, Sky, we're eloping tomorrow night, Nathan and I.
Well, good luck.
Well, thank you. Gosh, I feel like a housewife already. I can't wait to be in the kitchen. I've tried all the other rooms.
Well, Miss Adelaide certainly seems happy.
Well, she's in love.
Yeah, I guess so.
Gee, what time is it?
I don't know. 4 o'clock?
This is your time of the day, isn't it? I've never even been up this late before.
Really? How do you like it?
So peaceful. Wonderful.
You're finding out something I've known for quite a while. My time of day is the dark time, a couple of deals before dawn, when the street belongs to the cop and the janitor with a mop, and the grocery clerks are all gone. When the smell of the rain-washed pavement comes up clean and fresh and cold, and the street lamp light fills the gutter with gold, that's my time of day, my time of day. And you're the only doll I've ever wanted to share it with me. Obadiah.
Obadiah? What's that?
Obadiah Masterson. That's my real name. You're the first person I've ever told it to before. I've never been in love before. Now all at once it's you forevermore. I've never been in love before. I thought my heart was safe. I thought I knew the score. But this is one that's all too strange and strong. I'm full of foolish song, and out my song must pour. So please forgive this helpless haze I'm in. I've really never been in love before.
It's you forevermore. I've never been in love before. I thought my heart was safe. I thought I knew the score. But this is one that's all too strange and strong. I'm full of foolish song, and out my song must pour. So please forgive this helpless haze I'm in. I've really never been in love You'd be asleep.
Hello, Sarah dear. Good morning, Brother Masterson.
Good morning.
Well, we followed your suggestion and stayed out all night. We spoke to a lot of sinners. Where have you been, Sarah?
I've been to Cuba.
You're even more tired than I am.
Hey, what is this? Hey, what is this? An ass!
They got away clean as a whistle. I seen a lot of strange things in my time, but this is the first time I ever seen a floating crap game going full blast in a mission.
Crap game?
Sarah, you know I had nothing to do with this, don't you? Sarah.
This never would have happened if I hadn't... I should never have gone with you. It was wrong.
No, it wasn't. You went to help the mission.
Did I?
Will I see you tomorrow?
Everyone's welcome at the mission.
That's not what I mean.
It's no good, Sky. You said it yourself. It's no good.
Why not? What kind of a doll are you anyway?
I'm a mission doll.
The Hot Box proudly presents Miss Adelaide and her debutantes.
He bought me the fur thing 5 winters ago, and the gown the following fall. Then the necklace, the bag, the shoes, and the hat. That was late 48, I recall. Then last night in his apartment, he tried to remove them all. And I said, as I ran down the hall, take back your mink, take back your pails. What made you think that I was one of those girls? Take back the gown, the shoes, and the hat. I may be down, but I'm not flat as all that. I thought that each expensive gift you'd arrange was a token of your esteem. Now when I think of what you want in exchange, it all seems a horrible dream. So take back your mink to from whence it came, and tell them to Hollanderize it for some other dame. Take back your mink, take back your pearls. What made you think that I was one of those girls? I'm screaming, take back the gown, take back the hat. I may be down, but I'm not flat as all that. I thought that each expensive gift you'd arrange was a token of your esteem. Now when I think of what you want in exchange, it all seems a horrible dream. Take back your mink, those old worn out pelts, and go shorten the sleeves for somebody else.
Is he here?
No, sir. He's not been here all evening.
Bring me a rye and soda.
Hey, Sky, you, seen Miss Adelaide?
Huh?
I bring her a message from Nathan. I wish Nathan would bring his own message.
Well, what's the message? Where's Nathan?
Well, it's, like this. Nathan's aunt in Pittsburgh has suddenly come down with this,
rare tropical disease.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, anyway, now Nathan has
to... What is the message? Where is Nathan?
The crap game is still going on.
Since last night.
Big Julie, being a real big loser, does not wish the game to terminate. So he finds another place, and the game goes on.
Where is the game?
You looking for some action?
No, I'm leaving town tonight. I do want to talk to some of the guys, though. You see, I gave my marker to, well, somebody. And I'd sort of like to clean it up before I...
No, I'll meet you outside.
Wait, what about Nathan's message?
Miss Adelaide, Nathan is in Pittsburgh with a rare tropical ant. Goodbye!
Nathan? I don't understand. Nathan
here tonight. We're eloping. Is it the crap game again?
You know Nathan. Why does it surprise you?
He promised to change.
Change. Why is it the minute you dolls get a guy you like, you take him right in for alterations?
Well, what about you men? Why can't you live like normal people and get married like people? Have a home with wallpaper and bookends.
No, Miss Adelaide.
Why not?
Guys like Nathan Detroit and yeah, Sky Masterson. We don't belong in a life like that. So when dolls get messed up with guys like us, it's no good. It's no good. I'll see you in a couple months.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Las Vegas, maybe. I've got a ticket on the late plane.
Will you see Nathan before you go?
Maybe.
Well, you tell him I never want to talk to him again. And have him call me here.
Look, why don't you get another guy?
I can't. I love Nathan. Wait till you fall for somebody. You'll find out.
Yeah.
In other words, just from sitting alone at a table reserved for two, a person can develop the flu. You can bundle her up in woolies, and I mean the warmest brands. You can wrap her in sweaters and coats till it's more than her frame can stand. If she still gets the feeling she's naked from looking at her left hand, a person can develop the flu, the flu. 103.2. So much virus inside that her microscope slide looks like a day at the zoo. Just from wanting her name in writing and a story her folks can be told, a person can develop a cold.
Not so fast. Look, suppose we don't have a big meeting tonight. Suppose no one's there at all. We'll explain to the general.
There won't be anything to explain. It'll all be very clear. I want to get away from this place and go someplace where
all the sinners are respectable and well-behaved.
Well, you saw what happened last night. They gambled in our mission.
And someday they'll be praying there. Even a man like Sky Masterson. He came seeking refuge.
He came seeking me. Did you know that?
Are you kidding? I knew that the moment he started picking on you. But I didn't know you were going to get stuck on him.
I'll get over it.
What do you want to get over it for? It isn't pneumonia.
The man I love will not be a gambler.
But if you love him enough...
He will not be a gambler.
Sarah, dear, I've always taken care of you. All I want is for you to be happy. Velvet, I can wish you for the collar of your coat, and fortune smiling all along your way. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. Mansions, I can wish you 7 footmen all in red, and calling cards upon a silver tray. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. Standing there gazing at you, full of the bloom of youth, standing there, gazing at you, with the sheep's eye and the licorice tooth. Music, I can wish you merry music while you're young, and wisdom when your hair has turned to gray. But more I cannot wish you than to wish you find your love, your own true love this day. With the sheep's eye and the licorice tooth and the strong arms to carry you away.
Good evening, Miss Sarah. Well, Brother Abernathy, how goes it with the soul saving? Tonight's the big meeting, isn't it?
It's supposed to be. The General's coming, and she's expecting...
The General's a tough doll, eh?
Well, very few people will be there. In fact, nobody.
Grandfather, I don't believe Mr. Masterson is interested in our troubles. Come, we have to hurry.
Miss Sarah, you may have forgotten something, but being a gambler, I never forget things like this. You hold my marker for 12 sinners tonight.
I'd rather you forget about it.
I cannot welch a marker.
Mr. Masterson, last night the mission was filled with your friends. Let us say we're even.
If you don't pay off on that marker, I'll tell the whole town that you're a dirty welcher.
Well, Leslie, where's the game?
It's about a 10-minute walk from here.
Oh, which way?
That way.
You crap! We're tired. Let's go home. You see, Big Julie, the boys are slightly fatigued from weariness, having been shooting crap for quite a while now, namely 24 hours.
I do not care who is tired. I'm out 25 G's, so nobody leaves.
Gentlemen, I begin to see the logic of Big Julie.
It is not that Big Julie is a bad loser. It is merely that he prefers to win. Right, Big Julie?
Give me the dice. I'm shooting 500.
Take 200.
I'm half dead.
If you do not shut up, Big Julie will arrange the other half.
Ha! It's a 1 and a 1. Snake eyes. You lose. And $50 for the house. But the dice are still yours, and your luck is bound.
Shut up! Another 500.
200 more.
Have it. And here comes that big lucky roll. Ha! Snake eyes again.
Tough luck, Big Julie.
Well, that cleans me, but I ain't through yet. I will now play credit.
You see, Big Julie, the fellas are pretty tight. Of course, me personally, I'm fresh as a daisy.
Then I will play with you.
Me?
Yeah, you. You've been raking down our every pot. You must have by now quite a bundle.
Well, being that I assume the risk is only fair, I should also assume some dough.
Detroit, I ain't gonna roll you willy or nilly. If I lose, I will give you my mark.
And if I lose,
You will give him cash.
let me hear from Big Julie.
You will give me cash.
Now I heard it.
Here's my mark. Put up your dough. Is anything wrong?
No. It says, I owe you $1,000 signed X. Why is it that you can write 1,000 but you cannot write your signature?
Because I was good in arithmetic, but I stunk in English.
Here, this will get you through Harvard.
Detroit, I'm rolling 1,000. And to change my luck, I will use my own dice.
Your own dice?
I had them made for me especially in Chicago.
Big Julie, you cannot interpolate Chicago dice in a New York crap game.
That is a breach of etiquette.
Yeah? Well, show me where it says that in Emily Post.
Not that I wish to seem petty, but could I take a look at these dice? But these dice ain't got no spots on them. They're blank.
I had the spots taken off for luck, but I remember where they formerly were.
You mean to tell me you're gonna roll blank dice and call them from remembering where the spots formerly was?
Why not?
I see no reason.
Ha! 5 and a 5. My point is 10.
Well, I still got a chance.
Tenzi, come against.
I wish he'd fall down on his Enzi.
Ha! A 10, I win.
A 10?
Yeah, 6 and a 4.
Which is the 6 and which is the 4?
Either way. Now I'm shooting 2,000. Get it up.
I just remembered. I'm eloping tonight. Adelaide is waiting for me at the hot box and...
Get up to 2,000.
How about someone letting some of these other chaps in on all this fun we're having?
After I'm through with you. 2,000. Ha! 7, I win.
What a surprise.
Detroit, I will take it easy this time.
What do you mean?
I am rolling $1.
I'll take all of it.
Oh, how do you like that? Snake eyes, I lose.
For this, I gotta bend down?
Now I will give you a chance. I will roll for you 3,000.
3 G's?
I'm rolling for you 3 G's. Put it down there.
Well, wouldn't it be more convenient if I put it right into your pocket?
Get it up! Ha! 11, I win.
That cleans me.
Now I will play with you guys.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. You gotta give me a chance to get even. I will now roll you with my dice.
All right, Detroit, that's fair. But what are you gonna use for money?
I will give you my marker.
You want Big Julie to put up cash?
Nathan done it.
Sure, I done it. What kind of deal is this anyway?
Now take it easy, Nathan.
And with this no spot dice, somebody ought to knock the spots off of him.
Nathan, don't make Big Julie have to do something to you.
Yeah, I'm on my vacation.
Go ahead. Shoot me. Put me in cement. At least I would know where I am. Here I risk my neck to set up a crap game and even promise to get married on account of it. And look how I end up. Broke. In a sewer. Believe me, my tough friend from Chicago, there is nothing you could do that would not cheer me up.
Well, here they are.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, fresh blood. Are you looking for some action?
Not at the moment. I would like to talk to some of you guys.
We ain't talking. We're shooting crap.
I'm only asking for a minute.
We're shooting crap.
It has to do with Miss Sarah Brown's mission.
Say, who is this guy?
The fella I was telling you about took the mission doll to Havana.
Oh, I get it. Look, fellow, why don't you go back up to your praying tomato? You're slowing up the action around here.
If you want action, would you care to make a small wager on a proposition?
What's the proposition?
Am I right-handed or left-handed?
How would I know a thing like that?
I'll give you a clue.
Hey!
Kindly return this to Sears Roebuck.
Now listen up. Tonight at midnight, the Save a Soul mission at 409 West 49th Street, a midnight prayer meeting. Now I promised I would deliver to them some sinners. And when it comes to sinning, most of you are high up among the paint cards.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste no evening in a hallelujah joint.
Yes. Well, if you won't do it as a favor to me, do it as a favor to yourselves. I guarantee you the air in the mission smells cleaner than it does down here. And maybe it would not hurt you guys to learn something else besides the odds on making a 4 the hard way.
You've been reading the Bible too much.
Bible.
Well, what's wrong with the Bible? Maybe it does not read as lively as a scratch sheet, but it is at least twice as accurate. Well, I tried. See you around, Nathan.
Okay, Sky. Hey, about that Havana business. I regret I temporarily do not have the $1,000 to pay you.
You don't have to pay me. You won.
But I thought you took Miss Sarah to Havana.
You thought wrong.
Get up, Big Julie. I now have the dough to roll you, but this time with my dice.
Nothing doing. With those dice, he cannot make a pass to save his soul.
What did you say?
I says nothing doing. With those dice, he cannot make a pass to save his soul.
Well, maybe I can make a pass to save his. And yours. And yours. And his. I'm going to roll the dice. I will bet each of you $1,000 against your souls. 1,000 cash against a marker for your souls. If I win, you all show up at the mission tonight. Well?
Let me get this straight. If you lose, we each get $1,000. But if you win, we gotta show up at this Mission Dolls cabaret.
If I win, you show up at the Save a Soul mission. One meeting.
Okay by me.
By me too.
You too, Nathan. $1,000 against your soul.
Me? I don't even know if I got one.
You got one someplace.
How do you spell soul?
S-O...
Oh, shut up.
All right, put down your markers. Give me the dice. And give me room.
Hey, come on, quit stalling.
What's the matter, Sky? Turning chicken?
You've seen me roll for 100 G's. But I got a little more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet, before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see. how nice a dame you can be. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fellow you came in with. Luck, be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, it isn't nice. A lady wouldn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fellow you came in with. Luck, be a lady. Luck, be a lady. Luck, be a lady tonight.
Luck, be a lady tonight. Luck, be a lady tonight. Luck, if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck, be a lady tonight.
Luck, let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck, be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't flirt with strangers. She'd have a heart, she'd have a soul. A lady wouldn't make little snake eyes at me when I've bet my life on this roll. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fellow you came in with. Luck, be a lady.
Luck, be a lady.
Luck, be a lady.
Luck, be a lady.
Luck, be a lady tonight.
Your marker, and if you're Welsh, well, it'll cause me no little embarrassment. And I'm sure you don't want to cause me any embarrassment.
Yeah, but if it ever gets back to Chicago that I went to a prayer meeting, no decent person will talk to me.
Adelaide.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Did nicely explain to you about tonight? Hope you ain't sore about it.
Please, let us not have a vulgar scene. We are, after all, civilized adults, and we do not need to conduct ourselves like a slob.
Adelaide, what is this? You are my doll.
Your doll. If it weren't so amusing, one could laugh at it.
Sweetheart, baby, how can you carry on like this over one lousy elopement?
It is no use, Nathan. I have succeeded in your not being able to upset me no more. I have gotten you completely out of my... Oh, Nathan.
Oh, sweetheart, don't ever do that to me again. I can't stand it. You and I are going to be all right. After all, we love each other. And we're going to get married. We'll have a home. A little white house with a green fence. Just like the Whitney colors.
We got to do it soon, Nathan. I got another letter from Mother today. Asking a lot of questions.
A letter? From your mother?
And she put one in it for you, too.
For me? Dear son Nathan, this is my first letter to you, although you have now been married to my daughter for 12 years. But I feel like I know you from Adelaide's letters. And in my mind's eye, I can see you as you go down to work every morning at 7. What a responsibility it must be to be the assistant manager of an A&P. I'm not even the manager.
I was going to promote you for Christmas.
I know how hard you have to work to take care of your family. Adelaide and the 5 children, and the one that's on the way.
Mother wanted us to visit. I had to tell her that.
Don't she know you can't have 6 kids on what they pay at the A&P? I am very proud to have you as a son-in-law. You are a good man, and I know you will always take care of Adelaide. I feel like a heel.
Nathan, darling, we can still make everything all right. It's not yet 12. Let's elope right now.
All right, all right. No, I can't.
Come on, Nathan, we'll be late. Come on.
Why not?
Well, because I gotta go to a prayer meeting.
Oh, Nathan, this is the biggest lie you have ever told me.
But this time, I promise you, it's true.
You promised me this, you promised me that, you promised me anything under the sun, then you give me a kiss and you grab in your hat and you're off to the races again when I think of the time gone by.
Adelaide.
And I think of the way I tried.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
Call a lawyer and sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you. Give a holler and hate me, hate me. Go ahead, hate me. I
The
love
best
you.
years of my life I was a fool to give to you.
Alright, already, I'm just a no good Nick. Alright, already, it's true, so new. So sue me, what can you do me? I love you.
You gamble it here, you gamble it there, you gamble on everything all except me, and I'm sick of you keeping me up in the air till you're back in the money again when I think of the time gone by.
Now, Adelaide.
And I think of the way I tried.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
Serve a paper and sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you. Give a holler and hate me, hate me. Go ahead, hate me. I
When
love
you wind up in jail, don't come to me to bail you
Alright,
out.
already, so call a policeman. Alright, already, it's true, so new. So sue me, what can you do me? I love you.
You're at it again, you're running the game. I'm not gonna play second fiddle to that, and I'm sick of you keeping me up in the air. And I'm telling you now that we're through when I think of the time gone by.
Now,
And I
Adelaide.
think of the way I tried.
Adelaide.
I could honestly die.
So sue me, what can you do me? I love you.
It is now several minutes past midnight. Isn't anyone coming? Sergeant Sarah, something is very wrong here.
Maybe your watch is fast.
General, I know what's wrong. I'm wrong. I've failed. I've spoken to these people day after day, and my words just haven't reached them. I guess you just better close this branch of the mission.
Welcome, brothers. Welcome. Is everybody here? Where is Nathan Detroit?
Present.
There you are, Miss Sarah. 1 or more assorted sinners. Sorry we didn't have time to clean them up.
I want you folks to sit down.
Sit down, all of you.
I'd like to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the Save a Soul mission.
Oh, yeah, right.
Just a minute, you guys. This is a mission, not Roseland. And I suggest that you do not indulge in any unpleasantness. Now, since I am required to depart for Points West tonight, I am appointing Nathan Detroit, Major Domo, in my place. Nathan, anyone here who does not conduct himself according to Hoyle will answer to Sky Masterson personally. And that means in person.
What a remarkable young man.
So, remember that, you guys. Brother Abernathy, your dice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored tonight. This meeting will be conducted by the head of our organization, General Cartwright.
It is wonderful to see our mission graced by so many evil-looking sinners. Now, who would like to testify? Who would like to start the ball rolling by giving testimony?
Benny, give testimony.
I ain't no stool pigeon.
Come, brothers. I know it is difficult, but let one of you testify to the sin that is in your heart.
Benny, tell him what a bum you are. Benny?
I always was a bad guy and a gambler, but I ain't gonna do it no more, I thank you.
There, don't you feel better?
I'm okay.
Anyone else?
Big Julie.
Well, I used to be bad when I was a kid, but ever since then I've gone as straight as my record can prove. 33 arrests and no convictions.
Harry. Harry the horse.
Well, like when Sky Masterson was rolling us against our souls.
I beg your pardon?
Sky Masterson, he rolled us $1,000 against our souls. That's why we're here.
I don't think I understand.
I do, General. He means the only reason they're all here is because Mr. Masterson won them in a dice game.
How wonderful! This whole meeting's the result of gambling. It shows what good can come out of evil. Sergeant Sarah, you have done remarkable work here.
Hasn't she, though?
Thank you.
Hey, I ain't finished my testimony. My sins is that when Sky rolled us, I wish we could have won, instead of having to come here. But now that we're here, I still wish it.
Yeah. Who else would like to give testimony? Brother Nicely Johnson. Brother Nicely Johnson.
Get up, you big fat water buffalo.
Well, it all happened kind of strange. Kind of like a dream. Yeah, that's what it was. A dream.
Tell us in your own words.
I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered, someone fade me, but the passengers, they know right from wrong. For the people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. People all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. I sailed away on that little boat to heaven, and by some chance found a bottle in my fist, and there I stood, nicely passing out the whiskey, but the passengers were bound to resist. For the people all said, beware, you're on a heavenly trip. People all said, beware, you'll scuttle the ship. And the devil will drag you under by the fancy tie on your wicked throat. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank and I hollered, someone save me, that's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. And I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy you'll never float. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Sit down, you're rockin', sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rockin' the boat. Sit down, you're rockin', sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rockin' the boat.
Sit down.
Anything we can do for you, Brother Brannigan? Maybe you would care to testify.
I'll do me testifying in court, where I'll testify that you ran a crap game in this mission last night. Miss Sarah, you were standing there when they came out. You saw them. Aren't these the fellows?
I've never seen these people before in my life.
Now there's the right broad.
Now, if you'll excuse me, officer, we'd like to go on with our meeting.
I've never seen crapshooters spend so much time in a mission before. I guess that's what they mean by holy rollers.
Thank you, Miss Sarah. People, I also have a confession to make, and I gotta get it off my chest. We did shoot crap here last night, and we're all real sorry.
I'm really sorry.
But I did another terrible thing. I made a bet with a certain guy that he could not take a certain doll away with him on a trip. And this I should not have done. Although it did not do any harm, as I won the bet.
You won the bet?
Why, sure. The guy told me he did not take the doll. And that makes me feel a lot better.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! Ladies and gentlemen, we will now sing number 244. Follow the boat.
Chest and get plenty of rest. You can wisely warn these helpless haze. But aside from the diet and quiet massages, she's still a gone. I've really never when she gets the idea that the little treat will always be around the corner, a person can develop a cold. Oh, hello.
Good evening.
I'm Adelaide, the well-known fiancée.
Oh, yes. When are you getting married?
The 12th of never.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even get close enough to a church to be left at it. What am I ever gonna tell my mother?
Oh, I'm sure your mother will understand. Just tell her your engagement's broken.
I'm afraid that might confuse her. Maybe I'll tell her that Nathan is dead, and then see to it.
Oh, Miss Adelaide, you mustn't carry hate in your heart. Try to be forgiving and understanding, and the pain will go away. In the Bible, it tells us in Isaiah.
You got a fella named Isaiah, huh? Isaiah was an ancient prophet. Oh, don't tell me. Nobody cries like that over some old guy. Whoever it is, you got it bad. You know, when I saw you with Sky Masterson the other night, Oh, no, not Sky. You're not in love with Sky, are you? Oh, you poor thing.
I thought I hated him.
I thought I hated Nathan. I still think I hate him. Yeah, that's love.
Adelaide, can't men like Sky ever change?
For 14 years I tried to change Nathan. I always thought how wonderful life would be if only he were different.
I've thought about Sky that way too.
Oh, I sat and pictured him by the hour. Nathan, my Nathan, in a little home in the country. Happy. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful?
Oh, wouldn't it? If only Sky could
Yeah, but they just can't change.
A little while ago at our prayer meeting, there were a lot of gamblers who acted as though maybe they could change.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean a thing. Gamblers, it's your prayer meeting. Was Nathan Detroit there?
I think so.
A darling fellow with the cutest smile.
I believe I heard that name.
Oh, how do you like that rat? Just when he should be lying, he's telling the truth. I'm glad I'm through with him. And you should be glad you're through with Sky, too.
I am.
What, are we crazy or something? At Wanamaker's and Saxon Klein's, a lesson I've been taught. You can't get alterations on a dress you haven't bought.
At any vegetable market from Borneo to Nome, you mustn't squeeze a melon till you get the melon home.
You've simply got to gamble.
You get no guarantee.
Now doesn't that kind of apply to you and I?
You and me.
Why not?
Why not what?
Marry the man today, trouble though he may be, much as he likes to play, crazy and wild and free. Marry the man today, rather than sigh and sorrow. Marry the man today and change his ways tomorrow.
Marry the man today.
Marry the man today.
Maybe he's leaving town.
Maybe he's leaving town.
Don't let him get away.
Don't let him get away.
Hurry and track him down.
Track him and marry the man today. Give him the girlish laughter.
Give him your hand today and save the fist for after.
Slowly introduce him to the better things. Respectable, conservative, and clean.
Reader's Digest,
Guy Lombardo,
Rogers Pete,
Golf,
Galoshes,
Ovaltine. But marry the man today. Handle it meek and gently. Marry the man today and change him subsequently.
Carefully expose him to domestic life, and if he ever tries to stray from you, have a pot roast,
have a headache,
have a baby,
have 2, 6, 9.
Stop.
Marry the man today, rather than sigh and sorrow. Marry the man today and change his ways.
Paper.
Nathan, come on, we're all waiting.
Just a minute. I'm waiting on the lieutenant.
Nathan, come on. We're getting married.
Look, is this wedding gonna take place or ain't it? I paid $50 for this miscentrium.
Nathan, come on.
Gee, Adelaide, you picked the busiest time of the day.
Let's go. Where's the wedding?
Holy smoke.
What is it, Nathan?
I didn't get a place for the wedding.
Oh, Nathan.
Hey, how about the Biltmore Garage?
Brothers and sisters, life is one big crap game and the devil is using loaded dice.
Where's the crap game?
Brother Masterson.
Yes, Brother Detroit?
Can we get married in your mission, Adelaide and I?
Certainly. I married Brother Masterson and Sister Sarah. Glad to do the same for you.
Congratulations, Nathan. LA 8 to 5, you'll be very happy.
What Obadiah means.
Obadiah!
He wishes you every happiness, and so do I.
Oh, thank you. I know we're going to be happy. We're going to have a little house in the country, and Nathan will be right there beside me every single night.
Achoo!